Doctor, do something. I'll pay any amount.
Chief, this is beyond money, sir. She needs a miracle.
Chief, you kick me out. If you don't come, she will die.
Money can buy everything, but it cannot buy a single drop of the rarest blood on earth.
In the heart of Banana Island, the air is cold. The sounds of the world are shut out by thick glass. Here lies Zina, the only daughter of Chief Bashir. She is the golden child of Nigeria's richest man. But today, she is fading. Her skin, once like polished bronze, is turning to ash. Chief Bashir stood over his daughter, his voice deep and shattered.
Doctor, do something. I'll pay any amount.
Chief, this is beyond money, sir. She needs a miracle. Your daughter has a rare blood condition. Healers call it Rh-null. The world calls it golden blood. It lacks the markers that make us who we are. It is the universal gift, but for her it is a death sentence.
He told the chief to stop talking about money. Zina didn't need a bank account. She needed a miracle. She carried Rh-null, the golden blood, a biological rarity so scarce it was a death sentence without a match. The doctor revealed a stinging truth. He had found a perfect match 2 years ago, but the chief had sent that miracle away. The chief's face went pale as the memory bit into him like a snake. He remembered a boy with dirt on his shoes and light in his eyes. 2 years ago, the sun had been brighter, and Essam was just a driver from the village hoping for a better life. Essam hadn't known he carried a treasure inside his veins. He only knew he liked the way Zina laughed. They would sit by the sea, talking about the honesty of the dirt and the stars back in the village, away from the high walls and hidden hearts of Lagos. Zina had loved him because he was the only one who didn't look at her like a bank account.
You are absolutely terrible for doing that.
Yeah.
But pride has many eyes. When Chief Bashir saw how his daughter looked at a nobody like Essam, his anger grew like a weed. He had called Essam a village rat, a piece of dust under his shoes, and banished him from the city, telling him to go back to the mud where he belonged. Now, the chief found himself standing in that very mud. His shiny black shoes were covered in red dirt as he watched Essam chopping wood. The boy was now a man, hardened by the sun and strengthened by labor. With a shaking voice, the proud billionaire begged for mercy from Essam, whom he had regarded as a nobody. He offered half his business, his entire world, for Essam to return. Essam looked at him with cold eyes, asking if the chief truly wanted the mud he had once despised to save his gold. Ultimately, it wasn't the millions that moved him. Essam at first refused to help Chief Bashir, but after he heard Zina would die if doesn't agree to help, he agreed to return because Zina had been the only one who never saw the mud on his shoes. She had always seen him beyond his condition. The hospital room was deathly silent, save for the rhythmic hum of the pump. A tube connected them, the golden river flowing from the man who had nothing to the girl who had everything. As the hours passed, color returned to Zina's face, but Essam began to wither. His heart rate dropped and his breath turned to a rattle. For the first time in his life, Chief Bashir did not pray for his fortune. He prayed for the boy from the village.
Clear!
At dawn, the miracle was complete. Zina's eyes flashed open, and her breath came deep and strong. For a terrifying moment, Essam remained still. He lost consciousness. "Do something," Chief Bashir shouted, Dr. Kenza and her team running helter-skelter to save his life. Then, a finger moved. A heart started to beat. The golden river had found its way home. Essam regained consciousness and came back to life. Chief Bashir took a deep breath and was relieved. He feared Essam would have died in the course of saving his daughter's life. In the end, the chief did not give Essam money because he rejected his money, but rather he made a request that will benefit his whole community. The chief agreed to his request, and he gave him his blessing. He built a clinic in the village, right where the mud used to be, having finally learned the truth. Gold is nice and power is strong, but they cannot buy life. The blood in the king is the same as the blood in the subject. They were all made of the same dirt, joined by the same river, and they realized then that true greatness is found only in what we give.
The story of the Golden River teaches us that true wealth is not measured by the height of our towers or the weight of our gold, but by the depth of our humanity. Chief Bashir spent a lifetime building walls out of money, only to find that those walls could not keep out death, and the only key to his daughter's survival was the very man he had once treated as dirt. The moral is a reminder that we are all part of the same human river. Pride can blind us to the value of others, but in the end, the blood of a king is no different from the blood of a servant. We must never look down on anyone unless we are reaching down to help them up, for the person we dismiss today may be the only one who can save us tomorrow. True greatness is not found in what we possess, but in the love we give and the sacrifices we make for one another.
Today's story was meant to introduce you to one of the rarest blood types on earth, Rh-null blood, also known as golden blood. It is extremely rare, with only about 43 to 50 people in the world known to have it. If you enjoyed this story and would like to see more powerful and educational stories like this, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with others. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay safe.